Ready to rock, baby? Let's
do
do it. Let's go. Here we go. Guys, it's the first episode of What's the Tea with the Tea. We've got our main man, Saidi, coming in. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
That's it. No, thanks, Buzz. Mate, give us a rundown about what you do. Obviously, the owner of Valetudo, but give us a rundown.
Yep, so what I do,
What you do?
I steer the ship at the moment, mate, but yeah, we're a Valetudo training, got a location in Botany and Ryan.
Botany and Ryan, yeah.
I'd like to call us a hybrid training facility. So what we are is strength and conditioning based hybrid training facility where we've mashed a few different training styles together to give people a good experience and to get them fit and strong all round. So
that's it. No, you've done a good job here, mate. I gotta come here every day and got the coffee van and come in every day. It's a good vibe, all the people and all that. Everyone's having a good time training. We've got the music blaring and all that, and mate, everyone's good. Everyone's real nice here, and the community, they all support each other. So mate, you've done a good thing.
Mate, you definitely add to the experience, mate. So
that's
I see Jordan dancing out the front every time I rock up to work. Yeah,
got some dancers. So. But no, it's good. As I said, we've known each other for a few years, many years, and all that. Going back to
over 10 years now, mate.
That's it.
Over 10 years.
What's our nickname? What's our nickname we got?
You're Chook.
Chook.
You're Chook. I don't know. I'm probably Sook or something like that.
Nah, so we've got the Chook and all that, but no, good brother. Thanks for coming on and going to talk about, guys. We've got the What's the Tea? We're going to be talking business. Talking about the coffee, talking about sports. Especially football, OzTag. Everyone knows that we play OzTag and stuff like that. Yeah. So we'll got some questions and one down for the
fire away, mate.
We'll break it into we'll start off with the business first. So, mate, how did you get into starting up your own gym?
Well, I've been training people for a long time. Over 20 years training sports teams and individuals. I kind of just fell into the gym. It wasn't, really something that I planned.
Mm-hmm.
I had another business and I noticed a mate was running his boot camp out of a really small place, and I had, the facility where we're in Botany, already doing, some training out of there, and also I have a window tinning business. I was doing some window tinning out of there, and he was looking for a bigger space, and it just so happened that we brought his business over here. We became partners, and then I ended up taking it, changing the name, rebranding, and taking it on my own, and we are where we are today, mate.
That's it, brother. That's good. Coming into the business side, did you have any setbacks?
Mate, there's always setbacks all the time, yeah.
Galore, eh?
Mate, there's always setbacks. So there's so many aspects to running a business, especially one like this,
100%.
So when you start off, everything is pretty compact, everything's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But obviously as you grow and you have bigger visions and bigger dreams, things get more complex and there are
100%.
more aspects to it. So
mate,
you have, staffing issues. Mate, we're lucky, we've got great staff,
yeah.
But there's always some issue, someone is going to go on a holiday, or someone gets injured, or
100%.
Someone's sick, or then the council approvals and all these other things that need to align for you to be successful.
Yeah.
So there's been plenty of setbacks, but it's about riding the wave and just
100%.
Understanding that not everything's in your control, and you can only control what you can.
100%.
And once you understand that, you learn to take things as a grain of salt and just to ride the wave. So,
especially at this time before COVID, all the different rules and all that. And
well, that was a big setback.
That's massive, eh? Especially
that was a massive setback
with the van and all that. So, mate, it's got everyone. But no, that's all good. But being a trainer, mate, do you love to train yourself?
Of course,
100%.
Mate, it's food for the brain, mate.
That's it.
If I don't train, I think my missus and a lot of the staff and my mates know that I'm pretty grumpy if I don't get a workout in first thing in the morning.
100%.
I never used to be a morning trainer.
Yeah.
But then when I started training in the morning, I soon realised the day that I didn't train that I'm a much happier person.
100%.
When I get a workout in the first thing, mate. So yeah.
That was me, lunch training in the morning, but now I've got the coffee van and that. I'll try and do it try and make the 12 o'clock class with you guys and that, with Hemo, Villy and all that. So,
mate, you're training out there doing your dance moves, right? You know?
I know. But how many calories do you reckon I burned from dancing?
Mate, probably more than what you would in a class, man, because you're just in there. You're dancing in class and you're dancing out in the driveway.
Making coffees there, doing the dance moves. That's how we do it, Danny, baby. But that's all good. What's your favourite workout and what's your worst workout?
Mate, I wouldn't say I have a favourite workout. I love boxing.
Yeah. Boxing is Wednesday mornings, isn't it?
Wednesday. Yeah, boxing Wednesday mornings. Sunday mornings we're sparring a lot of the time. I like just mixing it up, you know. So, what more? I don't like war balls and shit like that. Sorry about the language, but I don't like.
We'll cut it out later.
You know, I don't like war balls and like kind of basic exercises like that. I like to mix up my training, and that's kind of what brought me to have the kind of structure you have in it. Because when I was young, just a quick backstory, mate. Sorry for blabbering.
No, we got all the time in the world over here. That's sweet.
And, like when I was growing up, I went from playing football, then I'd go to boxing for a few months, and I'd go to like just a normal big box gym, like a fitness first, and do weights.
Yeah.
Then I'd go to a boot camp. Then I'd go do sprints in the park, and then keep cycling between all those kind of things because I just kept getting bored, and I just I couldn't devote myself to one kind of training style. So like
to mix it up.
This was when I kind of looked at it as my playground and wanted to keep myself interested. So having different training styles is what keeps me interested. And so when I don't know what's going on, it keeps me interested and excited. So I'd say not knowing what I'm doing is my favourite style of exercise.
100%. Good answer, brother. Mate, what advice would you give to someone starting their own business, aka myself?
Make a plan. First thing you'd need to do is have a plan.
100%.
So make a plan, have a goal, and then reverse engineer it. So just jumping into a business not knowing where you're going. It's like jumping in a car and trying to get to Queensland, Johnson Street, Brisbane.
100%.
You need to have a plan of which way you're going to go and how you're going to get there, So without that, you're driving blind, mate.
100%. I remember the other week when I stopped in and you gave me a rundown about it and, having your diary, having everything set up, your reverse engineering, doing all that. It really did, take my eye, caught me eye on that. So, it's really good. Just knowing stuff like that, not just jumping in going, doing this and that. You've got to have a plan, got to do this, got to do that. And, especially not just coffee, it's not just in my case, making coffee, you don't just make coffee. You got to do so many different things, you know what I mean?
100%.
Especially looking into the future, obviously getting more vans and stuff like that. And just want to say, thanks for the catch up the other week.
Mate, anytime, man. It's like the way I look at it, like if you're going to build a house, and you start making changes after things are already done, they're going to cost you a lot more time. It's going to cost you a lot more money.
100%.
So if you have a plan and you know exactly what you want from the start, and then you put all the steps into place, then when you get going, it's like you don't have to go back and fix things.
100%.
Not everything's going to be perfect, and it's not always smooth sailing. But if you only have to fix minor things, it's a lot easier than going back and having to restructure and change massive things along the way. So
that's it.
Plan is
100%.
is the key.
It's the Mickey. It's the Mickey Mouse, as we say. It's the Mickey.
Hey,
make sure you have a plan if you're going into business. So, but that's good. That was the first bit of the thing of talking about business, and the next one we're going to talk about the coffee van, brother. Obviously, me being Tricks of Bristol.
How good is it?
Sponsored. The podcast is sponsored. Tricks of Bristol. We're at the VT headquarters in Botany. So, thanks for letting us use your space, brother. Appreciate it.
Mate, anytime, bro.
That's it. But mate, how has the coffee been in the morning? How you get one off me every day?
I love it.
Yeah,
it's good. So like I wake up in the morning, normally have a coffee. The days that you're not here and I haven't had one at home, I get the shits because it's like, fuck, where is he?
I know.
But mate,
I didn't have a ciggy that day either too. I'm either busy doing a booking, so I don't just brush it, mate.
He's busted.
Just for the record, He's
busted. Now you'll get it. I know for a week you'll get your van stick it up, which is a good marketing ploy. And
100%.
Mate, the coffee's been good.
Perfect.
When you have honey, I have a long black with honey.
That's it, long black for every
When he doesn't have honey,
When I see he pulls up, I see the car pull up, I'm like, here he is, long black honey. Let's
Yeah.
see the honey? Oh no, I forgot the honey. But,
Yeah.
that's it, that's
Hey,
it.
you've got to have the honey, mate.
100% honey, baby. But mate, being an Indigenous coffee van, what's your thoughts on it?
Mate, I love it.
Yeah.
I love the concept, first of all, because you're giving yourself an identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like a lot of people will, you know, give you a lot more support because you're not just, you know, some catchy name, but you've got something, I think, very unique about what you've done, you know, and not only that, you've got you, you know, you've got your enthusiasm, your personality, and I think that goes a long way. You're giving people more than just a coffee.
Yeah.
You're giving people an experience, you know. So all I can say is, mate, I wish you all the best, man. I know you're going to kill it. You're going to end up with a fleet of vans soon,
I hope
man.
so, brother. I hope so.
And,
that's what we're about.
I like to. I'm excited to watch your journey,
Nah,
man, because
thanks,
I know that you're going to succeed because the passion's oozing out of you, mate.
No, 100%. And like I said, you know, me just starting up, you know, taking all the advice off you, you know, being, you know, running a few businesses yourself, and made all the tips and all the advice you gave me, mate. It's, you know, I've taken it on board, and
That's what
mate, it
makes
means a
you,
lot,
man.
and you know, helping each other out and stuff like that. It's good, you know. So I just want to say thanks, mate.
Anytime, bro.
That's it, brother. What's the tea for the week? We've got what's the tea? The two things from the last week. We've got the Blues. We got the Blues last night. Game 3. What is doing?
What's going
Far
on?
out, eh, mate? Well, what? Well, $1.30 or something. We're not getting done.
Mate.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the game? Gonskis.
You know what? Tedesco got KO'd.
Nah.
Okay. But
No, but
still,
first
the
10
depth.
minutes.
Where's the depth?
Ah.
You know, I think we had like 4 forwards sitting on the bench. It wasn't.
Ah.
From what I've seen, there wasn't much of a utility player.
100%.
You know, they got Isaiah Go playing centre.
Yeah, he was
He's
right.
getting exposed left, right, and centre. But in his defence, he shouldn't be there, mate. So I think they should have been a little bit more of a utility. Like back in the day, they used to have like a Craig wing or
100%.
you know someone that
Someone
could come
come
and
on.
you stick anywhere.
Yeah.
Mate, they
We just had nothing. We had no ball. We had no nothing. Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
it
what,
was very
67%?
frustrating to watch.
Oh.
So if New South Wales won, I said to my kids and my missus when we're watching it, if New South Wales win, they don't deserve it. Not
Oh,
that
yeah.
they made some, you know, unforced errors, some really simple errors and mistakes, but Queensland just dominated.
Oh,
they
they
had
were
all the
fought, yeah.
ball. They just looked like they were hungrier, you know,
100%.
and unfortunately, just
You sort of knew after what the 10-20 minute mark, you're like, stuff, the desk goes off.
yeah.
You know, we're not looking that much chop, and no like fire about us or nothing, and we're just playing, the whole sort of game and that. So
Mate, after game 2, I remember the commentator saying, "How good is a kicking game from New South Wales, mate? It's the best kicking game that they've seen from a Blues half combination ever." And I reckon last night was the worst kicking game I've ever seen. They were kicking shit. They were trying to run it on the last. They were putting bombs up that weren't going anywhere. It was like, mate, it was. You know what? You can't be great all the time, but they could have been better than what they were, mate.
Oh no, 100%. They only got done by 6 in the end, but we just had no ball, no nothing.
Yeah.
But,
It shows, but like, if I believe, and you can argue with me, you know, but if you look at the first game and the third game, like Queensland only just scraped by with New South Wales playing ordinary.
yeah, no. 100%.
In the second game, New South Wales are on and they pumped them.
No, yeah. They
So-
were on skis that thing. They were on fire, eh?
Yeah,
They
mate,
just- they
it
were
was
on
like
skis hard.
big time, mate. And if you look at like the good Queensland side from you know 5 or 6 years ago when they dominated for 7 or 8 years, New South Wales would only scrape by and beat them when they did, but Queensland would give them a hiding or win convincingly
Yeah.
when they were on. So, mate, I think New South Wales on the right track,
Yeah.
but I just think they need some consistency, and you know they
100%.
didn't show that last night.
Cleary,
in game 1.
oh no, 100%. That Cleary, I love him. I think he's a gun player, but game 1, ordinary. Game 3, ordinary. Like
Game 2,
you only got 3 games to do it. You only got
Yeah.
especially last night when they take goals. They should have got the job done.
can't be hit and miss, mate.
All good, all good. Well, on to the next one, the tea for the week. We're talking NAIDOC week. So NAIDOC week, you know, celebrating Aboriginal culture, Indigenous culture. Last week we had a few events on, and as I said, you know, being an Indigenous coffee van and stuff like that. But what's your thoughts on NAIDOC week, you know, and the Aboriginal culture?
Mate, I think it's great, man. I feel like over the last 10 or so years, you're hearing more about the Aboriginal and Indigenous culture being recognised. I know, I think only last week Gladys Berejiklian was saying that she wanted to change the Australian anthem to say we are something, basically to suit, or to, at least include the Aboriginal Indigenous culture a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, mate, I think over time, I think Aboriginals will really have a lot more, I don't know what the word is, kind of acknowledgement, I think, from the higher, from the government and everything, but over the last few years it is improving. So like having things like NAIDOC Week where you guys celebrate your culture and get together, and there are events across the country. I love it. I think it's great because
100%.
every other country does it, and they do it for the right reasons. Like as much as Australia Day for a lot of people is a great day to celebrate. There is a lot of hurt there for the Aboriginal culture. 100%. So having like things like NAIDOC Week where
getting everyone together.
I think it's not just a representation of the Aboriginal culture, but also other cultures that are within Australia as well that can relate to you guys.
No, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, we had the NAIDOC Week Touch event on, sponsored by myself, Tricks the Barista. Wish you would have come, but I know you had a few meetings on
or training. Hard, mate.
Oh, what? The old legs, baby?
Oh,
Still got it, haven't
mate,
they?
the legs, the old legs, they're all right, but there's a few scars on them, few battle scars.
I know you played Oztag,
few operations.
Hey, back in the Oztag day, back in
the
like dinosaur years ago. No, I'm
joking. I played in a seniors comp this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I played.
How'd you go?
We went all right for a bunch of slapped together team in the last minute, but we had like Georgie Nadira, our ex first grader, with us. We had some decent footy players. We played against some teams that have been together for a while. They had Jeff Hardy and Rod Silver and
Rocket, big Rocket.
So some proud Indigenous fellas there. And mate, we had a good run. I was playing for
How's the salary?
Kings.
Jesus, hey, what's the
I
salary?
know. What about that? Hey,
Don't forget, you blokes are sponsoring, mate. Not me. I'm only small time. Using the big guns,
mate. It was look. The gentleman said to me today, I'll try and remember his words. He said, "You only." No, I can't remember what he said.
We're quoting stuff.
I'm not quoting.
We're quoting.
Mate, I'm not ever going to stop. Running around, playing sport, training. I don't want to because I feel like it's then that I'll slow down.
No,
I'm 42 years old now. Yeah. I still feel, I've got a 21-year-old son, a 15, a 12, and a 13-month-old son as well, all boys. And I'm going to need to, keep my energy levels up to
100%.
Run around with them and give them the time that they deserve. So,
100%.
Me stopping, not running around, playing tag, training and everything, is not setting a good example for them. So, I still run around, mate. I think I won't be at your speed, or maybe faster than you, but not at your skill level. But
come on, lad.
I reckon I'll get you.
This guy. Once I start training, back training. As I said, I used to train in the morning, but now I've got the coffee fan, so I've got to do it in the half-days. But sometimes I'm just too mudded. But
yeah, that's okay, mate.
But that's it.
It's part of it. You'll get used to it, bro. You have to just set those systems up, get other people on the van.
That's it.
You show your head every now and then, and you can train.
Well, if you don't, that's it, 100%. Well, if you're not training, burning some calories, you can come. I can give you a job on the coffee van, do a bit of dance moves. Maybe get some dance moves.
Mate, I've got no
burn
moves.
some calories,
I've got no moves, man.
But get Hemo. Where's Hemo? Hemo can teach you something. He's got some grass.
They're all X-rated.
Hemo. But all good. But mate, that wraps up the episode, and just want to say thanks for coming on. Episode 1, first one. With the team. But thanks for coming on, baby, and let's go, baby. Before we end, you got to give us what's the motto? Tricks the Barista.
Wow.
Let's go. Thanks, brother. Boom.